Hello, and welcome. This is alertwolf here to bring you another anime review. This one is of Hunter x Hunter, episode 62. This one's called Reality and Raw. I think I pronounced that right. And basically this one starts off, Gon and Killua are at a rock, paper, scissors competition, and they end up getting this, Killua wins, they end up getting the Sword of Truth. Yeah, which is pretty funny. And basically, we get, you know, they get jumped afterwards by an amateur, who they're able to scare off. But then they get jumped by a gang load of guys who aren't amateurs, who have spells. So then it's decided and they're bummed out about getting robbed. Then it's decided that because they don't have defensive spells, that they're gonna go after. They're gonna go to land where you get the magic and get some defensive spells. Then we see from the gang of people form that coalition. Apparently, they're trying to hunt down this super rare card, and you have to trade 40 spell cards to do it. They have the 40, but they need the new guys to go get a copy of Prison because they need a defensive spell. Again, I don't trust these dudes, but that's what they're up to. Then we get Gon and Killua have to buy a map. They trade in some items and get some money for it, so they have enough money, and now they have to get a map. And they go to a store, and there's an expensive map with everything on it already mapped out. There's an inexpensive map which has a map of the area but no locations, which is funny to me. So Gon says, "Get the cheap map. We'll fill it up as we go." And Killua like, "Yeah, we're the optimists." And then they're like, "But we don't even know where to go." So they ask the guy at the counter. The guy at the counter tells them, and he's like, "Yeah, you should hold off because there's monsters and bandits." And they're like, "Monsters? Bandits? Oh man, let's go do this. We gotta go kick some ass. It's just like a video game." So they're like, they're two little kids. So they go off, and the chick from the previous episode is still following them, and she announces that she wants to go with them, and Killua was like, "Nah, forget you, chick. We're out." And her and Killua have this thing now. She hates Killua. She wants to beat him. And and then they keep running. And he's like, "Well," I was like, "That's kind of rude." And Killua's like, "Listen, she had to be really strong just to make it in here." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, well, let's just keep going." So they run into the woods. And they're going to be attacked by bandits. They see an army of bandits, and they're getting ready to fight, and they're super excited. And then the bandits stop, and they're like, "Come help us, please!" And basically, the bandits say that their son is sick, and he's gonna die unless he gets a certain medicine, and it's very expensive. And everybody in the village is sick, and they need 80,000 zeni. Or Jenny? Is it Jenny in this one? Jenny, not Zenny. It's all the same thing. So, yeah, Zenny's Dragon Ball. But whatever. And the chick who's also with them says she'll pay for it. They ignore her. They pay for it. They also say they need clothes. So, literally, because the kids are thinking this is like an in-game quest thing. So they figure if they give him stuff, they were going to get something in back. And they end up getting nothing back, but they still left the kid with their clothes and the things. And I think they just got ripped off, honestly. I don't even think these people were really sick. But whatever. They even took the shirts off their back, so to speak. So then they run into the pass, and they encounter Cyclops. And they figure out, and they start fighting the Cyclops, and they seem pretty tough. Killua figures out that if you punch them in the eye, you kill them, and they turn into cards. So then they start beating up all the Cyclopses. And the chick is still following them, still watching. Then what are you gonna... She's like... Then there was another little thing that was really fast. It was black and poofy. And, you know, it's moving around at top speeds. They weren't able to catch it. But they're like, we're fine, we're gonna keep going. She's like, well, what if you encounter a creature who's both fast and strong? And, well, and so, you know what, there is some Phantom Troupe stuff that's happening at the same time as this stuff, but I think I'm just gonna go through this and then tell you about the Phantom Troupe stuff at the end. So, so they encounter a horse that shoots 2 bubbles, that one bursts at human aura, and the other one bursts on impact, but they don't do much damage. And you know what? Let me just get into the Phantom Troupe stuff. So, just to give you the Phantom Troupe stuff now, and yeah, I have to cheat and use my phone because although I remember almost all the main characters' names, I'm still not good on all the Phantom Troupe members' names. So, Shizuku, and who else? Koropi, and Shellark. I can't pronounce his name, but you know, the blonde kid. And basically, he explains what's going on. They're also, you know what this? They're also looking for a card. I forget the name of the card, but it's a rare card, and it has, you know, it has like a pyramid with the eye in it, and he deduces that because their soul didn't just teleport and their whole body did, that this must be a real island somewhere on the planet. And he also deduces that this isn't really a game, it's cheating, but the goal of the game when you beat it is you get to keep, I think, 2 or 3 cards and use them in the real world. And that's what they want to do, is get the ability to use some of these Nen cards in the real world. So that was very important stuff, that this is actually a real place and they're not digitized somewhere. Apparently. And they agree that they have to go hunt down this card. Then we get the 2 Phantom Troupe members, Finks and Phaeton. Phaeton. I think I pronounced that right. And who were there earlier. They killed the guy, by the way. They killed the guy who put the bug on the Tracer spell on Killua. And they took his cards, and then they said, we should split up here, and let's have a contest. Who could kill the most people before they meet up again? And they're like, and he's like, Phaeton's like, just remember, we're supposed to, just remember, we're supposed to take their cards first before we kill them. And we're like, alright. And so they bounce. And that's the Phantom Troupe stuff. So, with 5 members of the Phantom Troupe in the game, doing whatever the hell they want, it is pretty cool. I can't wait until their stories start to intertwine together. And again, guys, remember, strictly an anime watcher here, not a manga dude, so if you know if I'm right or wrong or when that happens, don't let me know. But I prefer to be surprised. I mean, I could just look it up, but I choose not to. Alright, let me go back to Gon and Killua. Alright, so they end up encountering this knight, and she freaking gets so mad she yells at them and tells them to use the Yo so they can use their optical powers to see. There's a spirit tracing thing, and it actually turns out to be this little tiny poofy thing. And as soon as he breaks the ribbon, he gets the card. And so she yells at them and has agreed to train them, and makes them use the Gyo all the time. She's like, I don't know why you guys aren't using this all the time. Oh, you forgot. and she gets Killua. It's just funny. It's just funny. And she lets them know that she's like 67 years old. And so Killua's, oh, so you're an old lady, and then she punches him. And she's a pro hunter, and she's gonna train them. And we get her name, which again I have to look because I don't know people's names very well. And she's new, and we just got her name this episode. So her name is. Where did she go? Did I miss her? Hold on. Oh, Biscuit Krueger. Name is Biscuit. Alright, so Krueger has agreed to trade. And that's pretty much where the episode ends off. So it's good stuff, good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna rate this episode. You know, it was pretty funny at times. I really did think the humor in there was good. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. 3.5. Very good episode. It was still a setup episode, but we're starting to make progress and get into it. Them getting robbed was pretty funny. You know, opening up with the... I thought it was going to be a turn... You know, it opens up like this is a fighting tournament. I'm like, alright, Gon and Killua are going to go at it. But no, it's just... It was just rock, paper, scissors. I mean, we learned important information about that this is an actual place, not a real video game. Which probably means that, again, it probably means Gon and Killua were conned, and they lost all their money and their clothes. Again, it's all pretty funny. The fact that they're annoying that chick was funny. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. It was a lot of fun. And you know what? Sometimes that's all you need. You don't need the episode to be crazy or super twisty turns, you know what I mean? Or, you know, mentally engaging. And I'm not saying this episode was mindless, because we learned some things that are critical to this arc. And I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying, you know, sometimes fun is good. You know, sometimes you don't need to accomplish more than fun. I mean, an example is, I have a friend of mine, you know, does music, he's in a band, and I remember one time he told me, I forget what the song was, but I can't believe it's a hit, it's so simple. And I said to him, sometimes simple works. You don't need to get complicated. When the simple, in that scenario, was just all you need. I forget what the song was, but it was just a sick bass line that was pretty much the premise of the whole song. But whatever. But that's what I mean. This episode got us moving forward. It had a lot of humor, and it was just fun, and you felt good watching it. But that's all I got to say about that. So, click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is alertwolf signing off.